Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Guthrie, and I'm the director of the Anatomical Gift Program here at Wright State University's Boonshoft School of Medicine. I want to welcome everyone today, and thank you for attending the memorial program. Our most important goal today is to honor your loved ones and friends. We also want to show a sincere thanks to all the donors to the Anatomical Gift Program and explain a little bit more about the program and help you understand what our charge is from the university and how your loved ones have helped the successful completion of that charge. So as we gather to honor them and the memories and celebrate the lives of your families and friends and cherish just how important they were to you, it's important to remember that those we honor today have not only enriched your lives, but have also enriched the lives of all of us. By making their gift of their remains, they enrich the lives of all those who learn from them. These anatomical gifts made by our extraordinary donors impact the lives of each one of us. The most obvious beneficiaries of these gifts are the medical students. Many of them are here today voluntarily to show their gratitude, and you can easily spot them with their white coats. I would encourage you to speak with them. I know they look forward to meeting and speaking with you as well. Today, we honor and remember your loved ones for their unselfish acts. Due to their generosity, medical researchers, nursing students, physicians, medical researchers, and many others have had the opportunity to learn about the study and structure of the human body. And that's what anatomy is. Anatomy is the study of this function and structure of the human body. And it is the foundation of medicine. And it is the basis for virtually any practice that these medical students go into. The study of these structures is essential and only possible through your loved one's selfless acts. Dr. Nagy was past director of this program and was a mentor to me, and he taught me a quote translated from a French pathologist, Jean Cuvier, and he wrote this in 1834. It's very simple. Without anatomy, there can be no physiology, no surgery, or no medicine. Thousands of young students have studied and been supported with the gifts that your loved ones have made. Someday they will use this knowledge to treat tens or even hundreds of thousands of patients. So your loved one's gift has the potential to reach hundreds of thousands of people. And the Anatomical Gift Program here at Wright State University is very blessed. And we are very blessed because communities and individuals from all around Ohio have realized the need for this type of teaching and have entrusted us with the gift of their remains after their death. Due to the large support of so many donors to the School of Medicine, we've been able to expand our teaching opportunities. So medical students are not the only beneficiaries of these gifts. Facial, maxillary surgeons, orthopedic residents, trauma team, the Miami Valley Care Flight team regularly makes use of opportunities here for learning and expanding their knowledge. We have training programs for emergency medical technicians, respiratory therapists, and physician's assistants. And all of this is made possible because of your loved one's donation. It is my hope that after today, you will see how the gift of your loved one's remains has positively affected the lives of so many people. Please know this would not be possible without them. Your loved ones have taught these students way more than any textbook, plastic model, or computer program ever could. 4 of these former or current students are with us today, and they want to share how your loved one's gift has impacted their lives. Our first speaker today is Matt Muncrief. Matt is from Dublin, Ohio. He graduated from Ohio State University and is now pursuing a master's in anatomy here at Wright State University. Matt?
I, like many other students at Wright State, aspire to work in healthcare. Our destinations vary. Some of us want to be doctors, others pursue careers as physician's assistants, nurse practitioners, or RNs. But we all start with the same foundation, human anatomy. Human anatomy is the bedrock of medicine and physiology. This is why our undergraduate students here take anatomy and physiology at the same time. It is crucial that the healthcare providers of tomorrow comprehensively and thoroughly understand anatomy so that they may best serve their patients. In my time at Wright State, I have found that the best way to learn anatomy is in the lab with the donors. Thanks to your family members and friends, there is the opportunity for students to learn gross anatomy in the most direct and effective way possible. There just simply is no comparison. There's no better way. This is why programs such as the Anatomical Gift Program are so vital. This is why the contribution of your friends and family members is so cherished and respected. As is typical for an undergraduate student at Wright State, I enrolled in 2 semesters of human anatomy and physiology. My success and that of other students in these classes are directly due to the opportunity to learn from these donors. Putting in the time in the lab was inspiring to me and others, so much so that some of us became undergraduate teaching assistants so that we could teach others what we had learned from these donors. I had never taught before in any official capacity, so I had to adapt to the challenges of understanding the material well enough to explain it to myself and to answer any student questions. Serving as a TA revealed to me a love of teaching, something that I hadn't previously explored in my past classes. Without the Anatomical Gift Program and these donors, I would not have had the opportunity to give back to the students and gain this personal insight about myself. I owe the donors of the Anatomical Gift Program even more, for I later enrolled in a special dissection course. This was a chance to learn even more anatomy. For example, I was able to fully investigate the nerves of the upper extremities to a degree which exceeded that of the undergraduate courses. It's these sorts of opportunities that inspire curiosity in students and foster their learning. I tell you these experiences intending to give you an idea of the opportunities that these donors provide to the students at Wright State. None of this would have been possible if not for them making the tough decision to donate their bodies. Thanks to them, students who walk into the lab to study will lay a strong foundation of knowledge that will serve them throughout their career in medicine. Thanks to the donors, I found new meaning in teaching others and learned a little something about myself during the process. On behalf of the undergraduate students, I'd like to express my gratitude and utmost respect for those who opted to donate their bodies for the sake of the advancement of our students and the benefit of our future patients. Thank you.
Our second speaker today is Kinaya Smith. Kinaya is a second-year medical student, and she comes to us from Detroit, Michigan. She's part of the class of 2022. Her interests are internal medicine and neurology, and she plans after she leaves school to work in a medically underserved area, such as the one she came from in Detroit. Kinaya?
Good afternoon. I want to start by welcoming and thanking everyone for coming out. It's incredible to see so many people come out in celebration of the contribution that your loved ones have made. Last year, I volunteered to work this event as a first-year medical student. While I had taken an anatomy course prior to matriculating here, I hadn't yet, at the time of this event last year, taken my medical school anatomy course. Throughout the event, I was amazed at the turnout and the clear impact that the Anatomical Gift Program had on students at various stages in their education. When asked to speak as a representative of the medical school, I was honored. First and foremost, I need you to know the impact that your loved ones have made on me, my classmates, and anyone who has had the opportunity to work with them. As future physicians, humans are our work. In addition to learning the intricate biochemical and pathological processes that occur within our bodies, we must learn how to communicate, interact, and provide care to others in an empathic and compassionate manner. Our anatomy courses not only educate us about the physicality of the human body, But thanks to this program, allow many of us our first opportunity to examine and interact with it. Your loved ones are many of our first patients, and in being so, they are the best teachers we will ever have. I grew up watching baseball and playing softball, so bear with me through this metaphor. Imagine you're a batter looking to improve your swing. You're eager to hit a home run before your season is out. You can look up YouTube video after YouTube video. You can read every tip you can find, and you can inquire techniques from everyone you know. But until you go out on the field and put bat to ball, you'll never truly understand the changes in speed, angle, and force you need to hit that ball out of the park. The same ideology applies to us as medical students. During my anatomy course, I explored various ways to prepare for my exams. I made flashcards, I paid for and downloaded numerous anatomy apps, and I even resorted to drawing out structures. While all of these methods helped me to solidify what I needed to learn, none of them compared to the hours I spent in the lab with our donors, your loved ones. Regardless of what specialty I or any of my peers choose to pursue, properly understanding human anatomy will be at the core of any illness or pathology we encounter in practice. While stressing the incredible difference your loved ones have made in our education, I want to take the time to assure you that it was never forgotten that our donors were someone's mother, father, sister, brother, grandfather, grandmother, or friend. Participating in this program speaks volumes of how generous they were both in life and thereafter. There is a quote by Shannon Adler that says, carve your name on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched into the mind of others and the stories they tell about you. Each donor has affected numerous medical students. Even if certain medical students didn't personally work on a donor, they absolutely learned from them. Your loved ones will play a role in the thousands of patients each medical student will go on to help. That is your loved one's legacy: donation, education, and service. We at the Boonshoft School of Medicine are fortunate to have the Anatomical Gift Program. Today we celebrate our donors, your loved ones. We celebrate their life, we celebrate their contribution, and we celebrate their service. I can only imagine how the pride that we at this institution feel pales in comparison to yours. In closing, and on behalf of my class and myself, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I'm able to put into words the impact your loved ones have made on us, our career, and our future patients. Every positive impact that I am able to make in a patient's life will be due in part to the donors I worked with and learned from. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Milin Pandya, and he comes from us from Kettering, Ohio. He attended Ohio State University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in neuroscience with a minor in Spanish. He is currently a second-year medical student here at the Boonshoft School of Medicine, and he's unsure about what his specialty will be after graduation, but one thing he is certain of is that he'll be cheering on the Buckeyes wherever he goes.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Milin Pandya. I'm a second-year medical student here at the Boonshoft School of Medicine. I would first like to say thank you to all the families who have come here today as we honor and remember your loved ones for their selfless and invaluable contribution to education. My connection with the Anatomical Gift Program started during my senior year at Kettering Fairmont High School. In anatomy class, we had the opportunity to study the organs that were donated here at Wright State. I particularly remember holding the brain for the first time. I was absolutely amazed that the organ in my hands was responsible for how we moved, felt, and thought. This experience first sparked my interest and passion for medicine, and I'm truly grateful to the selfless individuals who made this possible. My passion to become a physician grew as an undergraduate at The Ohio State University. I continued to study the brain and nervous system by majoring in neuroscience. I was often faced with more questions than answers and was motivated to learn more about the complexities of the human body. This curiosity and passion have brought me back here to Wright State at the School of Medicine. Through the study of anatomy in medical school, we have developed a greater appreciation for the complexities of the human body. I remember my first days in anatomy. Having studied drawings and pictures on the internet, I felt that the understandings and visualizations in my head would be enough. But my classmates and I soon learned that these tools cannot do justice to the true intricacies and variations of the human body. I specifically remember studying the nerves of the lower extremity. I realized that there are so many variations in how these nerves branch between one individual to another. So when I initially started studying, I would see each organ as an individual part with its own story and purpose. With time, I was able to zoom out and understand how one organ's story combined with the stories of the other organs to make up the greater picture, who we are. I appreciated both the uniqueness of individuals, but also the commonalities that tie us all together. This level of understanding would not have been possible with plastic models or internet applications or phone applications. These tools cannot capture the essence and complexity of the human body. And we must thank your loved ones for these invaluable experiences. A gift is defined as a voluntary transfer from one person to another without expectation of a return. The Anatomical Gift Program is appropriately named as such because the donors have truly provided a gift to us students. As you have all heard here today, they have positively impacted the lives of students across diverse disciplines, from undergraduates to graduate students to medical students. So thank you to everyone for being here today, and thank you to the selfless individuals who have given us a gift to learn, to understand, and to appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Cindy Wingert comes to us from Cedarville University, where she did her undergrad. She then did her graduate work here at Wright State University. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. From 2003 to 2005, and that's when she worked a lot with our program and Dr. Nagy. She then went on to teach at Cedarville University until 2019, and now she is a professor of anatomy at The Ohio State University. Cindy?
Good afternoon. Today, we gather to memorialize and honor the legacy of people you deeply loved and their gift to us, their students. No one is a student without a teacher, and teachers are people who inspire us, shape us, mold us, and stay with us. Some of my best teachers have given me the freedom to struggle with how to learn, struggle with difficult concepts, and struggle with fear. These teachers have also served as reminders. Their very lives and occupation a statement of faith in me, their student. They thought of me when they dreamed about what they wanted to be when they grew up, and once again, when they signed up for their classes in college. They thought of me when they prepared their first lesson or lecture. They thought of me when they committed to my education. They did so because they knew that the power of giving is an eternal gift, and giving perpetuates giving. They did so because they were planting seeds. A seed planted in fertile soil will germinate. A little water and sunlight go a long way to help that seed grow, especially so if a caretaker nurtures it, adding fertilizer to the soil and pruning when necessary. Facilitate the transformation of that seed into a beautifully mature plant that will add color and texture to the landscape in which it takes root. Maybe producing fruit, or perhaps just there to add a cool breeze. If teachers know one thing about their students, it is this: a willing student, like a seed, will grow. And that growth, the development of a student, the cultivating of their mind, who they will become, and how they will enrich the landscape of the world is what keeps them teaching. I am one of those students. And now I am a teacher because of the gift of your fathers, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, and friends. Today, we honor your family members, our teachers. They used no words when they taught. They didn't have to. Their lesson taught something that is far beyond the limitations of our language. They taught us something much more significant because they gave of themselves, the ultimate gift. Through their gift, not only did I learn human anatomy, but I also learned what it means to give, that giving is a choice and usually a sacrificial one. They taught me that giving means mindfulness of someone else's need, and need, it brings us together. They also taught me that when we come to the end of our lives, our bank accounts, our degrees, our stuff, none of it lasts forever. But there's one thing that lasts forever: the gift of ourselves and the gift of education. And through that gift, they remain ever with us. Their lesson always in our minds. As teachers, they weren't afraid of being too personal or complicated in their lesson. It's vulnerable to teach, and the best teachers know that authentic learning comes through struggle. In doing so, they taught me about determination. I had to work hard to understand the complexity that is the human body. Their lessons sharpened my observation skills, and it refined my critical thinking. As an academic, I learned the scientific intricacies of the human body, from the delicate wiring of the nervous system to the powerful muscles that give us movement. I've traced the branching of the airway and touched the spongy air sacs where gas exchange occurs. I learned that the tail of the pancreas does indeed tickle the spleen, except when it doesn't. And that's when I learned that we are all different, inside and out. I discovered that what makes the human body function is its interconnectedness, each body system meeting the need of the whole. The interdependence that I understood about the human anatomy and physiology served as a metaphor. We are all connected. Me to them to me to you, you to me, all of us to each other, every one of us brought together because of a need, and in this case, a need to grow and a need to learn. As an undergraduate student, graduate student, and now professor of human anatomy myself, I needed and greatly benefited from your loved one's gift. And I am a changed life because of their contribution. My love of learning sparked and stoked by the privilege of studying underneath their tutelage. There are no words that will ever ease the pain and sorrow of losing the daily connection with those whom you loved. You laughed with them, cried with them, celebrated, and no doubt have mourned. Similarly, I have laughed as they challenged my perceptions. I've cried over the diagnosis that took their life, and I have celebrated the gift that they have given. A living thing is more than the operational components of its biology. No, to live is so much more than that. Living is to love, and love is transcendent. The gifts of these inspirational and remarkable individuals lives on. They live on in the legacy of their lesson. The way that they have taught and shaped me transcends the limitation of time. The baton of their life and love passed on to all of us, their students. In so doing, they've deepened my resolve to teach to give, and to love, so that lives both today and in the future can be changed. Thank you.
Thank you. At the conclusion of today's program, everyone is invited to attend a reception through the doors on this side of the room. Guests are also encouraged to visit the Rockefield Cemetery, where many of the donors have been at their final resting place. If you wish to visit the cemetery, you can proceed to the front of the building at the Student Union where you came in today. We'll have buses waiting to take you to the cemetery. The medical students will be available to assist with any boarding, and we do have wheelchair capability. If you do not wish to visit the cemetery, you can go directly to the reception through these doors. And Wright State students will be available to speak with you and answer any questions that you may have. So today we have shared how your loved ones have impacted our knowledge of the structure and function of the human body, our current and future careers, and our lives. Your loved ones' donations have had and will continue to have a positive impact on thousands and thousands of lives. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending today. And at this time, I'd like to conclude the program with a moment of silence for your loved ones. Thank you.